Hello. Hello. Okay, so hello everyone, welcome to all in YourPedia education. My name is Manish Singh, and today I'm going to discuss with you 40 question which were asked in Coaching Shipyard Limited exam in 2021. So in similar way, we also provide a same course content for 2023 exam. Correct. So let's start one by one. So you can see here first question, that is production scheduling is simplest and high volume of output and high labor efficiency are achieved in the case of. So once again, good evening to all of you. Good evening, and if you have any doubt, then you just message me, correct, through live chat, correct. Okay, so this is question number 1, and these are the questions which were already asked in Cochin Shipyard Limited exam 2021, correct. So this is our question number 1. So in this question, production scheduling is simpler and high volume of output and high labor efficiency are achieved in the case of. So the correct answer is, you also give me answer on the chat box, correct? If you know the answer, then you just give me on the chat box. So the correct answer is, that is product layout. Why product layout? So you can see here, if I talk about why product layout, so you can see. So if we talk about product layout, so in this, especially this kind of layout is used for manufacturing of assembly type, like a car. Suppose if you want to manufacture a car, so many parts are there and we need to assemble all the parts, correct. So we have a specific station where we make a particular part, correct. Like suppose if we talk about, here we have 10 stations, in which one station we assembled chassis, and another station we assembled engine. Then the specific work is going on a particular station, and on that station all the things are already provided, like tools or services required. All the things are provided on each and every station, correct. So this is called as product layout, and this kind of layout is specially used for manufacturing a same kind of product with repetitive in nature, yes or no. And here there is no variety. And similarly, if I talk about process layout, then in case of process layout, uh, all the machines are positioned in a sequential manner, correct. And we need to perform operation one by one, correct. Suppose if you want to manufacture a shaft, then obviously first we need to perform turning operation. So one lathe machine is there, and on this we perform turning operation. After that, uh, w- suppose if you want to make a slot, then obviously from the at the another station we have another machine, like a slaughter machine. So on that slaughter machine we make a keyway, yes or no. So the machines are fixed in a particular location, and the variety of job can be performed on those machines and those stations, correct. And if I talk about fixed position layout, then in fixed position layout, actually this kind of things are used for making a very large project. Like suppose if you make a ship, correct. So in especially in shipbuilding we use a process fixed type layout, in which we all the things, all the machinery, tools and services are uh, provided there, and we assemble directly, yes or no. So this is called fixed position layout. And similarly, if I talk about another one, that is a combination of line and process layout. So if I talk about line layout, then this is also called as product layout. This is also called as a product layout. So the correct answer for this question is, that is process product layout, yes or no, correct. Okay, so let's see another question. Okay, so another, here we have very important question, and which were already asked in many time in the exams. Steel containing 16 to 18% chromium and about 0.12% of carbon is called. Anyone? If you have answered, then you just tell me which one is the right one. Okay, let's see. If I talk about stainless steel, then already we have five types of stainless steel. The first one, okay, so here we have first one, that is austenitic stainless steel, and in this especially we have 18 by 8 SS, which is very famous stainless steel, in which 18% is nothing but this is chromium and 8% is nickel, and in this the percentage of carbon is less than percentage of carbon. Okay, percentage of carbon is less than 0.12%. Yes or no? So the correct answer for this question is austenitic stainless steel. But if I talk about another stainless steel, then second one we have, that is ferritic stainless steel. Ferritic stainless steel, and in this the chromium percent is lesser than nickel percent is lesser than the austenitic stainless steel, and it is used for making surgical implants, correct, surgical implants and surgical instruments. And austenitic stainless steel is a non-magnetic in nature. Let's see, this is a non-magnetic in nature, and this is very soft. That's why it is used for making utensils. And while if I talk about ferritic stainless steel, then its strength and hardness is little bit larger than the austenitic stainless steel, and it is used for making surgical implants and dental application, correct. And similarly third one, if I talk about third one, and also if I talk about one point, that is percentage of carbon in ferritic stainless steel is also less than 0.09%. Is it clear? 0.019%. And now another stainless steel, that is martensitic stainless steel, and this is one of the hardest stainless steel out of these three stainless steel, and this is especially used for shipbuilding industries because it has very good strength, yes or no, and as well as a good corrosion resistance, yes or no. So this is called as martensitic stainless steel. And another one, that is duplex stainless steel. Why it is called duplex? Because half of the stainless steel made up of austenitic type, and half of the stainless steel it is made up of ferritic in nature, yes or no. This is called as duplex stainless steel, and this is mainly used in oil industries, oil and gas industry, or simply we can say chemical industries, correct. And another one, this is precipitation hardening. Fifth one, that is precipitation hardening, that is called as PS type stainless steel, correct. And this is having very high strength and very high corrosion resistance. That's why it is especially used in nuclear application, spacecraft. This is used for making spacecraft parts, correct. So these are the five types of stainless steel, correct. So in this question the correct answer is austenitic stainless steel. Is it clear? Okay, let's see another question, that is uh, on one reversible heat engine operates between 1600 Kelvin and T2 Kelvin, and another reversible heat engine operates between T2 Kelvin and 400 Kelvin. So let's see. Suppose if you have an heat engine, if you have an heat engine like this is a heat engine whose temperature is around 1600 Kelvin, correct? 1600 Kelvin. Its temperature is around 1600 Kelvin, and here we have a engine which produces some work, and let's say this is work W1, and this is another reservoir whose temperature is T2, let's say T2 Kelvin, correct. So one reversible heat engine operating between 1600 Kelvin and T2 Kelvin, and another reversible heat engine operates between T2 Kelvin and 400 Kelvin temperature. Is it clear? And here again we can get some work output. Yes or no? Correct? If both engines have the same heat input and same heat output, means if I talk about efficiency, then obviously it can be written as output over input. Yes or no? Output. Just wait. Yes. Okay, so you can see here. Once again, okay, let's just see here. Once again, I'm writing this one. This is thermal reservoir whose temperature is 1600 Kelvin, 1600 Kelvin, and this is heat engine which produces some work input W1. This is heat engine 1, and another temperature is that is T2 Kelvin, and you can see here in this here we have another heat engine. Okay, so here we have another heat engine. This is heat engine 2 and it will produce some work output V W2, and here we have a thermal reservoir whose temperature is 400 Kelvin. So these things are already given here. Now here we have one important information in the question, that is both engines have same heat input and output. Same heat input and same output means if I talk about efficiency, then this is nothing but efficiency is nothing but it can be written as output over input. Yes or no? Output over input. Is it clear? And input and output of both the engines are same. So simply can I say efficiency of both the engines are same? Yes or no? And efficiency of both the engines is same. And as we also know that the efficiency of reversible heat engine is nothing but it can be written as 1 minus T2 by T1. Yes or no? Efficiency of reversible engine can be written as 1 minus T2 by T1. Yes or no? So simply if this is eta 1, then eta 2 can be written as 1 minus T3 by T2. Yes or no? So can I write T1 minus T2 by T1 is equal to 1 minus T3 by T2? Yes or no? T3 by T2. So this is cancelled out with this, and this minus sign is also cancelled out with this. So simply can I write T2 is nothing but this is square root of T1 T3? Yes or no? So you just put the value, that is T1 and T3 on this expression, then you can get the value of T2. So simply you can see here T1 is this is nothing but T1, and this is nothing but this is T3. So simply if I multiply 1600 into 400, then how much we can, you can see here how much we can get here. So obviously the square root of 1600 is nothing but this is 40, and the square root of 400 is nothing but this is 20. Yes or no? So simply can I say T3 is equal to 800 Kelvin? T3 is nothing but this is 800 Kelvin. Yes or no? 800 Kelvin. So the correct answer is option D. Yes or no? Correct. So are you getting 800 is the right answer? Okay, now tell me if you have any doubt. Anyone, if you have any doubt, then you just ask me. Okay, so write down this answer, this solution. Okay, so now we will move to the next question. Okay, now in an isothermal process, the internal energy is, in isothermal process, the internal energy is, okay, so now you can see here the correct answer for this question is, An isothermal process. This is isothermal process, correct? The internal energy. As we know that internal energy is nothing but this is mcv mcv delta T. So internal energy is a function of temperature. Internal energy is a function of temperature, and obviously in isothermal process the temperature is remains same. Yes or no? Is temperature is remain same. So simply we can say the correct answer is remain constant. Remain constant. This is the correct answer. Remain constant. This is the correct answer. Yes or no? Correct? Okay, so let's see here another question. A solid shaft can resist bending moment of 3 kilonewton meter and a twisting moment of 4 kilonewton meter together, then the maximum torque that can be that can be applied is. So we need to find out equivalent torque that can be resisted by the shaft. Yes or no? Equivalent torque that can be resisted by the shaft. So now tell me which one is the correct answer. So suppose you have a shaft. Suppose you have a shaft like this, and this shaft is subjected to a twisting moment T, which is equal to 4 kilonewton meter, correct? And it is also subjected to a bending moment like this, M, which is equal to, yes, 3 kilonewton meter. 3 kilonewton meter. So we need to find equivalent twisting moment. So how we can write equivalent twisting moment? So equivalent twisting moment is nothing but this is square root of m square plus t square. Yes or no? So you just put the value of m square and t square, then you can get the answer. Yes or no? 3 square plus 4 square. So simply here we can get 9 plus 4 16. This is a square root of 25. This is nothing but this is 5 kilonewton meter. 5 kilonewton meter. This is T equivalent. This is the equivalent twisting moment that can be registered by the shaft. That can be registered by the shaft. Yes, very good. Option D is the right one. Option D is the right one. Correct? Option D is the right one. Okay, so what about, let's see another question. Cavitation is caused by. Now tell me which one is the right answer. Cavitation is caused by. What do you mean by cavitation? Cavitation means when a fluid is flowing from high pressure to low pressure, then due to the reduction in pressure or vapor pressure of fluid, it gets evaporates sometimes and makes a bubbles. Yes or no? And when these bubbles moves in the high pressure zone, then they burst. Yes or no? And due to this bursting, pitting action takes place. Yes or no? Pitting action takes place, and this phenomena is called as cavitation, and this is highly undesirable in case of fluid flow. So the correct answer is yes. Very good. Option D is the right answer. Option D is the right answer. Cavitation is caused mainly due to low pressure. Yes or no? Okay, so what about next question? ABC analysis deals with. ABC analysis deals with. Tell me which one is the right one? Analysis of the process chart, flow of the material, ordering, scheduling, schedule of job, controlling inventory cost, money. Which one is the right answer, Sumit? Yes. So the correct answer is option D. Correct answer is option D. Inventory APC is a inventory control tools, inventory management tool actually. Correct. And what is the meaning of ABC? ABC indicates a three category goods. A category is having higher cost, correct, higher cost and higher users value. B category goods are medium cost goods and medium uses value, and C category products are low value cost and low uses value. Yes or no? Correct. So actually ABC is used for controlling the inventory. This is an inventory controlling tool, and obviously a type of goods we can purchase a very less number of quantity, and similarly C type of goods are purchased in a huge number, like nut bolt. Yes or no? We can purchase a huge number of nut bolts, and why we purchase? Because its cost is less and more number of these things are used in the industries. Yes or no? But when we talk about machine, then obviously we always purchase one or one or two machines. Correct. One is spare machine and one is running machine. Correct. Okay, so the correct answer is option D. Okay, what about this? This is very nice question. A classroom is to be air conditioned using window air conditioning units. The cooling load is due to persons 30%. Correct, 30% are there, and 360 kilojoule per hour per person. Correct, and bulbs 10 bulbs and 100 watts per bulbs, and heat transfer through the walls and the window 18,000 kilojoule per hour. Yes or no? The number of 4.5 kilowatt window air conditioning units required is to be determined. Now tell me which one is the right answer. Anyone? Anyone? So you can see here. Let's say suppose you have a room, one room. Suppose we have one room. In this room, we have 30%. If I talk about persons, then here we have 30%. Correct. And if I talk about bulb, then here we have a 10 bulbs. Correct. 10 bulbs, and the heat loss from the wall is, that is Q, heat loss from the wall is 18,000 kilojoule per hours. Is it clear? 18,000 kilojoule per hours. And obviously 1% cooling load for 1% is 360 kilojoule per hour, and similarly cooling load for the one bulb is 100 watt. Yes or no? 100 watt, or simply we can say 100 joule per second. Yes or no? Correct. So first we need to find out required for heat required for per person, cooling load per person. So total heat required for 30% is nothing but this is 30 times heat required per person is 360 kilojoule per hour. So can I convert this into kilojoule per second? So by dividing 3600, yes or no? So this is nothing but this is 3 kilojoule. This is nothing but this is 3 kilojoule, 3 kilojoule. Yes or no? 3 kilojoule per second. And similarly, heat required by bulb is nothing but this is 10 into 100 watt. So if I divide by 1000, then you can get this is kilojoule per second or kilowatt. Simply you can say kilowatt. So this is nothing but this is 1. And can I write this is in kilowatt? This is kilowatt. Yes or no? 1 kilowatt. Similarly, heat lost from the wall is 18,000 kilojoule per hour. So if I divide with 3600, then simply we can get this is 10 by 2. This is 5 kilowatt. Yes or no? Correct. So this is the amount of heat which can be consumed which can be required for cooling. Yes or no? So the total heat required, total we need to remove this heat. Yes or no for the cooling? So total heat is nothing but this is 3 kilowatt plus 1 kilowatt plus 5 kilowatt. So this is 9 kilowatt. Yes or no? This is 9 kilowatt. 9 kilowatt. Yes, correct. And obviously you can see in the question the number of 4.5 kilowatt window air conditioning. Yes, though the window air conditioning capacity is 4.9 kilowatt. So the number of air cooling required is total load divided by 4.5. Yes or no? So this is 9 over 4.5. This is equal to 2. So two air conditioners required to cool this chamber. Yes or no? Is it clear? So are you getting the answer of this question? Anyone, if you have any doubt, then tell me. Okay, so let's see another question. Rivets are generally specified by. Rivets are generally specified by. You can see here. This is rivet. This is rivet head. This is sang, and this is tail. Correct? So generally rivet is specified by its sank diameter, or this is also called as body diameter. So rivet are always specified by sank diameter. So the correct answer is option D. Correct? And what about this? Which of the following is a water tube boiler? Which of the following is a water tube boiler? Anyone? Yes, so the correct answer is Babcock-Wilcox boiler. Babcock-Wilcox boiler is a water tube boiler. Fennel a locomotive. No, this is Babcock-Wilcox boiler. Correct? And what about this? Best section for the open channel flow is. Best section for the open channel flow is. Okay, so the correct answer is option D, trapezoidal. Why trapezoidal? Because for a given area, for a given area, for a given area, it provides maximum discharge. Is it clear? So option D is the right choice. Okay, what about this? Time dependent recoverable deformation under load is called. So the correct answer for this question is an elastic material. This is time dependent recoverable deformation under load is called as an elastic material. So the correct answer is an elastic. Viscoelastic is a time dependent non recoverable deformation process. Correct? Anything else? Anything else? Time dependent recoverable and permanent deformation is called as viscoelastic. And if I talk about inelastic, then this is time dependent recoverable deformation under load called inelastic material. And similarly, if I talk about creep, then this is time dependent progressive permanent deformation. Is it clear? That is called as creep. Is it clear? And similarly, if I talk about elastic deformation, then this is a non-permanent in nature, and if you apply a load, then it will deform, and after removal it can regain its original shape. And similarly, if I talk about plastic deformation, this is a permanent type in nature, and in this recovery is not possible. Yes or no? So these are the few types of deformation process. Is it clear? So the correct answer for this question is inelastic deformation. And what about this? It is desired to make small number of intricate and highly accurate part. Which of the following casting method would be most appropriate? Anyone? Tell me. Panel, which one is the right answer? Option B. Yes, investment casting is the right answer. And listen, if I talk about, here we have four sand casting process. First one you can see, that is sand casting itself. Next, CO2 casting, yes or no? CO2 casting or CO2 molding. Next, cell molding, yes or no? And then investment casting. These are the non-permanent nature casting, yes or no? These are comes under sand casting category. So if I talk about this, sand casting produces poor surface, very poor surface finish, very poor, less accuracy, less with less accuracy, yes or no? While as if I talk about investment casting, then it will produces very accurate with good surface finish, yes or no? So if you move from sand casting to investment casting, correct? So the investment casting produces best surface finish and dimensional accuracy, while as sand casting produces worst surface finish and dimensional accuracy. And if I talk about CO2 casting, then obviously it will produces better dimensional accuracy and surface finish as compared to sand casting. And similarly, if I talk about cell molding, then this will also produces better result as compared to sand and CO2 molding, correct? And similarly, if I talk about the application, then investment casting is uses especially for a small size component. Its limit is around 15 kg. 15 kg component can be easily produced, yes or no? While a cell molding is used for making a surface which have extra projection, yes or no? Which has extra projection, like a ice engine fins cylinder, extra projection. If I talk about IC engine fin cylinder, it can be manufactured by cell molding, and CO2 molding. Obviously, it is used for making very large casting. Why it is used for making very large casting? Why it is used for making very large casting? Because by passing CO2 gas, the yield strength, the strength of the green strength of the molding sand is increases up to 1.3 megapascal, which is very high as compared to other sand casting. Other green sand. Like if I compare with the sand casting, then the green strength of sand casting is around 35 to 70 kilopascal. But the green strength of the uh, ca- uh, green strength of the sand, which is used in the CO2 molding, is around 1.3 megapascal. That is very high. That's why it is especially used for making very large casting, like a very large gear blank machine beds. These are the things which can be produced by CO2 molding. Yes or no? Okay. So let's see another question. In a vapor compression system, the condition of refrigerant is dry saturated vapor. Tell me which one is the correct answer. Yes, tell me which one is the right answer. Option A, before entering the compressor, after leaving the compressor, before entering the condenser. Yes, option A is the right answer. You can see here, if I draw, so this is TS diagram. Is it clear? And this is your correct TS diagram for refrigeration system. So at the point A, this is the compression process, yes or no? Here we have compression and here we have evaporator, correct? Here we have condenser and here we have throttling, yes or no? Is it clear? So just before the entry, we have dry and saturated refrigerant, yes or no? But if I talk about this point, this is superheated point, yes or no? That's why option B is the not wrong answer. So correct answer is option A. Okay, what about this? A 75 cc engine has following parameter as 75 cc. Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Swept volume is the correct answer. Swept volume is the correct answer. Correct? Swept volume is the correct answer. Engine capacity is always represented by swept volume. Correct? Which one is not the intensive property of a thermodynamic system? Tell me which one is the right answer. Very fast, very fast. Option B, Sumit. Option A, not option B. Yes, option B is the right answer. Volume is an extensive property. Temperature is an intensive property. Pressure is an intensive property. Density is an intensity property. That's why these are the wrong answer. These are the wrong answer because we need to find out which one is not the intensive property. So the correct answer is total volume. Total volume is the right answer. Very simple question. Okay, what about this? The type of rear axle used on the trucks is. So you just remember fully floating type rear axle is used in heavy vehicles. You just remember this is used in heavy vehicles and this is used in light vehicles. Yes or no? Correct? So for this question, the correct answer is fully floating in nature. Correct? Okay, what about this? The location of the entrance of the pressure over a surface immersed in a liquid is. The location of the center of pressure over a surface immersed in a liquid is. Will be below the centroid. Yes, yes, absolutely right. This is the right answer. Why? Because h bar is nothing but this is x bar plus ig over ax bar times sine square theta. Yes or no? So this is extra portion. This is x bar. This represents a centroid, location of centroid. We have this extra portion which will added on this. So suppose if this is a body and its centroid is like this, then the center pressure must be lie on somewhere here. Correct? This is centroid or center of gravity, and this is called as center of pressure. Is it clear? So the correct answer is option C. Okay, what about this? Next question. In a four-stroke cycle diesel engine, the compression start at 40 degree after. In a four-stroke cycle diesel engine, the compression, option A, start at 40 degree after bottom dead center and end at a 10 degree centigrade before. Top dead center, yes or no? So tell me which one is the right answer. Which one is the right answer? So you can see here, let's say, suppose if I draw its a wall timing diagram, then you can see here it is looking like this. Correct? So just before this is 5-degree angle. 5 degree, this is BDC, and this is TDC, top dead center, and this is bottom dead center. So from this point, correct, from this point to this point, suction takes place from this point to this point, and this is nothing but this is approximately 40-degree angle. 40 degree after BDC. 40 degree after BDC. Is it clear? So from here to here we can get suction. Here we can get suction. Yes or no? And similarly, and from this point to this point, correct, this is called compression. This is called compression, and this is nothing but this is 10 degree. This is 10 degree before after TDC. This is 10 degree after TDC. So from here the compression takes place, yes or no? And after that, correct, so after that from here to 40 degree just before the BDC, this is the expansion zone where work output we can get. This is expansion. This is expansion, yes or no? And from after that, from here to again this point up to this point, this is the suction zone. So this is the region, this is the exhaust zone, correct? So this is the region up to which both walls are open, yes or no? This is the region up to which both walls are open, correct? So this is wall timing diagram for CI engine. So now tell me which one is the right answer. Someone is giving C, phenyl, A or C? Yes, option A is the right answer. Option A is the right answer. In a four-stroke cycle diesel engine, the compression start from 40 degree from BDC, 40 degree from BDC to 10 degree after TDC, 40 degree after bottom dead center, 40 degree after bottom dead center. This is the bottom dead center, and from here this is 40 degree after the bottom dead center and ends at the 10 degree before the top dead center. Before the top dead center, sorry, this is wrong, up to this point, correct, up to this point, correct, this is up to this point, 10 degree, correct. So this is the option A is the right one. Okay, let's see another question. If a material has a modulus of elasticity of 2.1 into 10 to the power 6 kgf per centimeter square and modulus of rigidity, you can see here in this question we have modulus of elasticity, that is 2.1 into 10 to the power 6 kgf per centimeter square, and similarly modulus of rigidity is also given, that is 0.8 into 10 to the power 6 kgf over centimeter square, yes or no? Then approximate value of the Poisson's ratio. We need to find out Poisson's ratio. Now tell me which one is the right answer. So you can see here, as we know that this relation E is equal to 2G 1 plus mu, yes or no? So can I write 1 plus mu is equal to E over 2G? So mu is nothing but this can be written as E by 2G minus 1, yes or no? And E is given, that is 2.1 into 10 to the power 6 divided by 0.8 into 10 to the power 6 minus 1, yes or no? So this is cancelled out with this. Is that clear? And yes, obviously here we have into 2, correct? So this is 2.1 over 1.6 minus 1. So if you solve this equation, then you can get 0.31, 0.31, correct? So the correct answer is option B. Correct answer is option B. Yes or no? Tell me. This is the right answer. Point B, option B is the right answer. So all of you getting this answer? Yes or no? Tell me. Okay. So what about next question? Okay. The COP of the vapor absorption system as compared to the vapor compression system. Tell me which one is the right answer. Tell me which one is the right answer. Anyone? Yes, option A is the right answer. Yes, Fenil. Option A is the right answer. Why? COP of vapor absorption system is less than the COP of vapor compression system. Why? Because it works on high grade energy. Sorry, low grade energy, not high grade energy. It works on low grade energy. Yes or no? Low grade energy means it works on heat, direct available heat. Yes or no? And obviously this works on low grade high grade energy, which is more efficient. Yes or no? That's why COP of vapor absorption system is lower than the COP of vapor compression system. Yes or no? Are you getting this point? Okay, so let's see another question. A hole size is specified as 515. Let's say, suppose if I talk about hole, if I talk about hole, then you can see here its size is given, that is 50 is the diameter whose limit is 5.050 plus 0.000. Yes or no? Correct. So if I talk about upper limit or maximum size of the hole, maximum size of the hole, or simply we can say upper limit of the hole, then this is the thing, but this is 50.050, and lower limit of the hole is nothing but this is 50.000 mm. Yes or no? Similarly, the mating shaft has a clearance fit with, yes, here we have clearance fit with minimum clearance. Minimum clearance is already given here, that is 0.02 mm. The tolerance on the shaft is 0.03. The tolerance of the shaft is tolerance of the shaft is already given, that is 0.03. Yes or no? The maximum clearance between the hole and the shaft is, we need to find out maximum clearance. Maximum clearance we need to find out. Yes or no? So you can see here, let's say this is our hole and this is the tolerance zone of the hole. Yes or no? And similarly this is our shaft. Yes or no? And this is its tolerance zone. So you can see here we have clearance. Yes or no? So obviously if I talk about for minimum clearance, can I write minimum clearance is nothing but this is the lower limit of the hole, minus upper limit of the shaft. Yes or no? Upper limit of the shaft. Yes or no? So from this, can I write upper limit of the shaft is nothing but this is lower limit of the hole, which is 50 minus minimum clearance, that is 0.02. Yes or no? So from this here we can get 49.98. This is the upper limit of the shaft in millimeter, obviously upper limit of the shaft, and already clearance is given. So lower limit of the shaft is nothing but upper limit of the shaft minus tolerance. Upper limit of the shaft minus tolerance, and upper limit of the shaft is nothing but this is 49.98 minus 0.03, and which is 49.95 millimeter. Yes or no? See, this is the lower limit of the shaft, minimum size of the shaft. So we need to find out maximum clearance. So maximum clearance is nothing but this is upper limit of the hole minus lower limit of the shaft. Yes or no? And upper limit of the hole is nothing but 50.05 minus lower limit of the shaft is nothing but 49.95. Yes or no? So this is 0.10. Yes or no? 0.10 is the right answer. 0.10 is the right answer. So option A is the right one. Okay, very good. Point one is the right answer. Very good. If anybody you have any doubt, then you just ask me. And dear friends, we also launch new course for this specifically for coaching CPR limited. Correct? So you can join and you can get the maximum benefit for it. Correct? Okay, so you next question you can see here, which of the following parameters is constant for a mole of most of the gases at a given temperature and pressure. So tell me which one is the right answer. Which one is the right answer? Which or one of the following parameters is constant for a mole for most of the gases at a given temperature and pressure? Tell me which one is the right answer. Any one. Any one. Mass. For a given temperature and given pressure, if I apply PV is equal to MRT, PV is equal to MRT, yes or no? So can I write this is specific volume, volume per unit mass, this is capital V, correct? So if I divide with mass, then here we can get PV is equal to RT, and if pressure is constant, temperature is constant, then volume, specific volume, this is specific volume, specific volume which is constant. Yes or no? If temperature is constant, pressure is constant, then specific volume is constant. Yes or no? Specific volume is constant. So yes, specific volume is not given, so simply here we consider volume. Yes or no? Volume we can consider. Is it clear? So correct answer will be option B. Okay, very good. What about this? The tooth thickness of the 4 mm module gear measures at the pitch circle line is. This is very nice question. So if I draw a gear tooth, so can I draw it is looking like this? Yes or no? This is gear tooth. Here we have two gear tooths. So we need to find, this is pitch circle. Yes or no? So first we need to find out a thickness corresponding to pitch circle. Yes or no? Correct? This is thickness which we need to find out in this question. Yes or no? Correct? So if I consider this is a one point on one tooth, so this is the another point on the another tooth. So this length, this total length is nothing but this is called as this is, oh, yes, this is called as pitch. Yes or no? This is called as circular pitch. This is called as circular pitch. And this is circular pitch is nothing but, can I write this is 2 times of thickness of the gear tooth, because this space, this gap and this thickness both are equal in magnitude, yes or no? Yes or no? Can I write? So simply we can write circular pitch is nothing but 2t. And what about circular pitch? Circular pitch is nothing but this is pi d by t. Pi d by t. Yes or no? Pi d by t, where t is the number of teeth, yes or no? Where the t is the number of teeth. And obviously we know that d by t is nothing but this is a module. D by t is nothing but this is module, yes or no? Yes or no? Correct. And obviously pitch circle is nothing but this is 2t. So can I write 2t is equal to pi m, and m is given, that is 4. So simply t can be written as pi into 4 by 2. So this is 2 pi. This is 2 pi. And if you multiply with 2, then simply 3.14 into 2. So this is 6.28 millimeter. 6.28 millimeter. So the correct answer is option D, that is 6.3 millimeter. Yes or no? So are you getting the solution of this question? Anybody? Tell me if you have any doubt. This is very nice question. Shivam, are you getting the correct solution of this question? Everybody tell me. Okay, very good. 6.3, yes, option D is the right one. Okay, what about this? Which type of boiler can meet rapid changes of load? Rapid changes of load. So basically in the boiler we have two types of circulation. You can see here. If I talk about circulation, circulation of what? Circulation of water. So in the boiler we have two types of circulation, that is natural circulation, natural, and another one is forced circulation. Forced circulation. And what is the difference between natural circulation and forced circulation? Then obviously in this the water can flow due to density difference only, due to density difference only. But in case of forced circulation, we use pump for circulation of water into the boiler, yes or no? So for rapid change in load, we always used a boiler which is operated with forced circulation type. Forced circulation type, yes or no? Because with the help of forced circulation we can control the capacity of steam generation. So whenever we have a rapid changes in nature, rapid change of load, then we always use forced circulation type boiler, yes or no? So the correct answer is option D. Correct answer is option D. Okay, so what about next question? This type of weld is most common in structural steel. Tell me which one is the correct answer? Anyone? Anyone tell me which one is the right answer? Which one is the right answer? Okay, so the correct answer is fillet weld. Fillet weld. What is fillet weld? You can see here, if you perform a weld like this, then this is called fillet weld, yes or no? If you see in the 3 dimension, then it is looking like this. So if you make a joint like this, then this is called as fillet weld joint, yes or no? And this is commonly used in structural application, yes or no? So you must remember this fillet weld. Don't be confused with structural weld. There is no such types of weld. Correct? Okay, so let's see another question. A cylindrical tank with closed end is filled with a compressed air at a pressure of 500 kilopascal. The inner radius of the tank is 2 meter and it has wall thickness of 10 mm. Okay, the magnitude of the maximum in plane shear stress. Whenever you need to find out in plane shear stress, we have two types of stresses. One in plane shear stress, another one is absolute shear stress. So whenever if I talk about in plane shear stress, in plane shear stress, then you must write PD by 8T. But if they ask absolute shear stress, then this will be PD by 4T. Is that clear? So we need to find out this one. So you just put all the values on this formula, then you can get the answer. What is P? What is P? This is 500 kilopascal. So can I multiply with 10 to the power minus 3? Then it will be converted into megapascal. Yes or no? Megapascal. And we also know that 1 megapascal, we also know that 1 megapascal is nothing but this is 1 Newton per mm square. Correct? So obviously we need this value in megapascal. So first we need to convert this initially. Yes or no? And what about diameter? You can see here the inner radius. Yes, radius is given. Don't be confused with this data. This is radius. So can I multiply with 3? 2 into 10 to the power 3. This is the radius into 2. Yes or no? Into 2. Then it will be converted into diameter and divided by 8. And what about thickness? Yes, thickness is given, that is 10 millimeter. So this is cancelled out with this. This is 2, this 2. This becomes 2. Yes or no? And this is 25. So tau in plane is nothing but this is 25 megapascal. Tau in plane is nothing but this is 25 megapascal, and option C is the right answer. Yes or no? Option C is the right answer. Yes or no? Tell me. Are you getting the solution? Anybody? Anybody, if you have any doubt, then you just ask me. Okay. So what about this? What about this? Which one is the correct answer? Which one is the correct answer? Tell me. Which one is the correct answer? Tell me. The angle between the tool face and the plane parallel to the base of the cutting tool is called. You can see here. If I draw a tool, okay. So let's say this is our tool, correct? So if I draw a line parallel to the base is nothing but this is base, yes or no? And if I draw a line parallel to the base, then obviously angle between them, this is called as back rack angle. So the correct answer is rack angle. Correct answer is rack angle. Yes, yes, option C is the right one. Option C is the right one. Very good, very good. Okay, so what about this? Okay, so the area under the stress strain curve represents any one. Area of the stress strain curve represents area under the stress strain curve. Let's say this is stress strain curve. So area under this curve represents, this is total area. This is total area. This is called toughness, modulus of toughness, or simply we can say toughness. So the correct answer is toughness of the material. Yes or no? Yes, Fennel, very good. Option B is the right answer. Toughness of the material. Option B is the right answer. Okay, what about this? In a self-locking screw, tell me, which one is the right option? For self-locking screw, you can see here 10 beta must be greater than 10 alpha, where beta is a friction angle. This is friction angle. correct, and this is helix angle, correct. It means beta must be greater than alpha. Beta must be greater than alpha. So now tell me which one is the right answer. Which one is the right answer? Friction angle is more than helix. Yes, option A is the right one. Option A is the right one. Option A is the right one. Correct. A four-stroke diesel engine does not have. This is very simple question. This is very simple question. Anyone? Which one is the right answer? Yes, ignition coil is the right answer. Ignition coil is the right answer. There is no ignition coil in the diesel engine. Yes or no? Okay, 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to the refrigeration effect corresponding to the melting of 1 ton of ice. 1000 kg of ice means 1 ton of ice at yes 24 hours. 24 hours. 24 hours. Yes or no? So option C is the right one. Option C is the right one. Very good. What about this? When compared to a rod of the same diameter and the material, a wire ropes less flexible. Wrong answer. Has a much smaller load carrying capacity. Does not provide much. This is the right answer. Does not provide much warning before failure. Provides much greater time for remedial action before failure. No. Option B is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. Correct. Option B is the right answer. Okay, what about this? What about this? If the area of the cross section of a wire is circulated and if the radius of the this circular decreases to half of its original value, the strength stretch of a wire by a load, then the modulus of elasticity of the wire is. Tell me which one is the right answer. Very simple question. Very simple question. I already discussed about this many times. With the deformation, there is no change in Young's modulus. So the correct answer is option D. Or X modulus is a property of the material. It does not depends upon the deformation. Yes or no? So it is unaffected. Okay. So next question. This is again very nice question. How to solve this question? Just see here. Okay, so you can see a fluid flow through a 100 mm diameter. Yes, diameter of the tube is given. This is 100 mm at a Reynolds number of 1800. Reynolds number is given, that is 1800. Yes or no? The head loss is given. Head loss is given. HL is nothing but this is 64 meter. And length is also given, that is 180 meter. Calculate the discharge in liter per minute. We need to find out discharge in LPM, liter per minute. Assume acceleration due to gravity. G is given, that is 8 meter per second square. Yes or no? So always remember, whenever we have Reynolds number is less than 2000, then friction coefficient factor is nothing but this is Reynolds number over 64. We can calculate with the help of this. Yes or no? Frictional coefficient is nothing but this is Reynolds number by 64. Yes or no? Reynolds number by 64. Yes or no? And now you can see here head loss is nothing but this is FLQ square over 12d to the power 5. Yes or no? 12d to the power 5. Yes or no? This formula is applicable for this question. Yes or no? This formula is applicable for this question. Correct? Okay, so now we need to find out discharge. So can I write Q square is nothing but this is HL into 12 into D to the power 5 over F into L. Yes or no? So yes, HL is given, that is 64. And what about, and this is 12, correct? 12 D to the power 5, correct? So this is 12, and what about D? Yes, diameter is 100 millimeter. So can I write instead of 100 millimeter, this is 0.1 meter and whole to the power 5 divided by F. This is nothing but this is Reynolds number over, that is 1800 by 64. Sorry, this is wrong, correct? This is wrong. This is 64 by Reynolds number. 64 by Reynolds number, correct? 64 by 1800, and length is already given, that is 180 meter. So now you just solve this expression, and then, and obviously we this gives us in meter cube per second, yes or no? but but we need to find out, in, sorry, meter cube per minute. So here we need to find out in LPM, correct? So can I multiply with this 60 over 1000? Yes or no? Why? Because as we know that 1 liter is nothing but this is 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. So 1 meter cube is nothing but 1 by 10 to the power minus 3 liter. Yes or no? Correct? Yes or no? So by simplifying this expression, you can get 2078 LPM. 2078 LPM. Yes or no? So can you convert this mutually in meter cube per minute into liter per minute or liter? Yes or no? Anyone? So with respect to this, the correct answer is yes, option A, 2086 LPM. 2086 LPM. So the key point is you need to find out this, correct? Friction factor, which is nothing but this is 64 by RE, and this is applicable when the Reynolds number is less than 2000. Yes or no? This is the key point. And after that, you just apply directly this HL is equal to FL cube square up over 12 D to the power 5. Yes or no? Okay, so next. Okay, so what about this? What about this? So for this, a ship with jet propulsion draw water through inlet orifice at a right angle to the direction of its motion. The propelling force of the jet is, this is W, that is specific weight or specific density. A is the area and V is the velocity, correct? So we need to find out the propelling force. So by applying impulse momentum principle, we can get this relation. Is it clear? By applying impulse momentum relation, we can get this relation. So the correct option for this question is option B. Okay, what about this question? The dynamic load capacity of 6360. Whenever you see this one, this indicates ball bearing, correct? So as we know that the life of the bearing is nothing but this is C, this is dynamic load capacity divided by equivalent load whole to the power 3 for ball bearing into 10 to the power 6, correct? So first we need to find out the life of the bearing and revolution when it's yes, this is basic dynamic load. This is basic dynamic load, which is C, 22 kilonewton. The maximum radial load it can be sustained. So we need to find out this. Equivalent load, actually here there is no axial load, that's why simply we consider, instead of equivalent load we can consider equivalent load. Instead of radial load we can consider equivalent load, yes or no. And can sustain to operate at 600 rpm. Speed is given, that is 600 rpm for 2000 hours. So actually the life in hours is already given, that is 2000 hours. 2000 hours. So if you want to calculate life of the bearing in revolution, so can I write this is nothing but a life of the bearing in hours into 60, correct? So simply I am writing, I am multiplying with this. So this is 2000 into n. This is revolution per minute and this is r, correct? So can I convert this? Actually this is time in hours. So first we need to convert, this time, time in hours into a minute, correct? So simply you can see here the life of the bearing is nothing but this can be written as 2000 hours into 600 into 60, yes or no? So simply here we can get 72 into 10 to the power 6 revolution. So we can get here the life of the bearing in million revolution, yes or no, correct? So now if I apply this formula, then simply you can see here this is 72 into 10 to the power 6. This is the life of the bearing into, see, that is, it is given here, and this is P equivalent whole to the power 3 into 10 to the power 6. So this is cancelled out with this. So simply here we can get PE cube is equal to 22 cube over 72. And when you solve this, and obviously if I remove this, so can I put, this is 1 by 3. So this is nothing but this is 22 over cube root of 72. So if you solve this, then here we can get 5.29 kilonewton. 5.29 kilonewton. 5.29 kilonewton. Correct? So option D is the right one. Option D is the right one. Yes or no? This is very simple question. First, you need to convert life of bearing in hours to minutes, and then life of bearings in hours to life of bearing in revolution. Yes or no? Okay. So next question, that is eutectic reaction. This is eutectic reaction. Correct? This is eutectic reaction, and obviously eutectic reaction is performed at 1150 degrees centigrade. So 1147 is the right answer. And what about this? In MIG welding process, what is fixed as constant? So listen, this is very interesting question. Actually, MIG welding is a semi-automatic type welding machine. Yes or no? Semi-automatic or fully automatic? And generally these machine works on flat characteristic, yes or no? These are flat characteristic machine, and flat characteristic machine is also named as constant current characteristic. How? You can see here, if I draw a voltage versus current graph for arc length, so we can get like this. This is voltage arc characteristic curve, yes or no? So this zone represents flat characteristic, and this is called as drooping characteristic, and this is called as increasing characteristics. So our MIG welding works on this zone, and you can see here in this zone, so sorry, this is constant, not this is constant. Flat characteristics works on constant voltage, not constant current. This is wrong. Constant voltage, correct? Constant voltage, yes or no? Flat characteristic machine works on constant voltage characteristic machine. constant voltage characteristic, not constant current. Correct? Constant voltage characteristic, yes or no? You can see here the voltage is approximately constant, yes or no? The voltage is approximately constant. This is flat characteristic. This is drooping characteristic, in which the voltage sharply decreases while the current is approximately, we can consider constant, yes or no? So the correct choice will be, that is voltage. Correct? And if more precisely, if it is given the feed rate, then we can say feed rate is always constant, yes or no? Feed rate, but speed is not constant. This is the wrong answer. Speed is not constant. Is it clear? Speed is varying. But yes, if you set the wire feed rate, then obviously it will be fixed. It will remain same throughout the operation. Yes or no? Okay. So we have another last question. In a beam with a rectangular section of 120 mm cross 40 mm is placed horizontally by mistake where it was designed to be placed vertically. If a beam with a rectangular cross section of 120 mm by 40 mm, correct, is placed. So actually we have a beam like this. So actually this is actual condition in which this is 40 and this is 120. Correct? Wrongly we place this beam like this. This is 120, this is 40. So how much load carrying reduce the reduction in load carrying capacity? We need to find out reduction in load carrying capacity. So obviously we know that this is sigma equal to m by z. So m for a given strength, m is directly proportional to z, because the strength of the both the cross section is remain same, because both are made up of same material. Yes or no? So can I write m2 over m1 is nothing but this is z2 over z1. And what about z? If I write z1, then can I write, if this is b and this is d, so can I write this is bd square by 6? Yes or no? And here z2 is nothing but this is d and this is b. So can I write this is equal to uh, dB square by 6. So this ratio is nothing but this is what about Z2? This is dB square and this is BD square. So if you simplify, then simply M1 by M2 by M1 is nothing but, here we can get B by D, and B is nothing but this is 40 and D is nothing but this is 120. So similarly M2 by M1 is nothing but this is M2 by M1 is nothing but this is equal to 1 by 3. This is 1 by 3. So the correct answer is option B. Yes or no? The correct answer is option B. Yes or no? So now tell me, anybody, if you have any doubt. Yes, option B is the right one. Option B is the right one. Okay, so this is the last question. Once again, one announcement, dear students. So YourPedia Education already launched a program for this exam, especially, that is Coaching Yard, Shipyard in Limited Company. Correct? In the similar mode which were already earlier launched. Correct? So if you haven't joined this program, then you can join for maximum benefit. Correct? So thank you for watching this session and good day to all of you guys.